So here we are at the end of the job. You can see concrete. You'll also see that I've put a bit of an angle coming down. I mean, it's not pretty, but you know, some jobs you do don't require pretty. You know, the accuracy of furniture making is substantially different to the accuracy that's required for this. But anyway, job's done. Now, I also in the first video said that it was basically cosmetic. When you think about it, it's not so much cosmetic, because what I've now done is I've connected the piers and the capping beam to the wall by filling this gap. So it means that there's extra strength that elsewise wasn't there. So it certainly has assisted in strengthening up this process. So I'll just take you down below and you'll be able to see what I would do if there was going to be more to be done. You can see the holes which I've talked about before. There's this crack through that part of the beam. I've also had a look. You can see I've filled in a little bit just because I ordered 0.7 for the concrete, and they gave me 0.8, and so I had to get rid of some. But this capping beam hasn't got any reinforcing through it, so you know, that's pretty ordinary really. So what I would do if there was going to be another round here is that I would put timber shutters in the front of that. I would bore a couple of holes in the top of it and pour the concrete straight through the holes. So block this up completely. I would lift that, jack it up and put a steel lintel through, and then fill it with concrete. I'd do the same for each one of these that is here. And what that would do is that if we ever did get another flood where the water came up, it simply wouldn't allow the water to come into these areas. You can see how this was actually formed. Is at one stage the sand was, when they first built this, they poured a whole heap of sand down here, and so all of this area here had compacted sand, and so then they drilled holes down through the compacted sand and poured these. The erosion has happened over however many years that this has been here, but you can see the fact that you've got this big, not so much the cavern underneath, but the fact that you've got this area up here says that, you know, there was something like a rock or something on the sand, and or the sand had a bump in it or whatever, and they've just poured straight across the top of it. So, you know, I don't give them a lot of points for the work that they've done. Nevertheless, this would also be the same sort of thing. Bore a couple of holes down through the top of the capping beam, put a shutter across all of this area here. In shutter, I mean you just form it up so the concrete could just drop straight through. And you know, you'd half fill the holes, then put a vibrator down to make sure that the cement was there. And you know, if we're going to have another storm, the water's going to rise again, this simply wouldn't be a problem, like it's not a problem over there. So anyway, that's me gobbing on, because I'm not doing that. I've done what I came here to do. You can see I've put the fence back. So this is the completion of the job. I will speak to you again on the next job. Bye for now.